like, hey, Eric, I run a talk about holder, Captain Dave with simple plan. There's get cooking here in a few minutes. Talk about some type stuff. Prime Trucker Rob, what's up, man? Audio super low. That says current or sound quality. Do you get any better? I don't know why that is. Audio stuff. Play it. Yeah. All right, we have to start this all over. They start all over. Oh yes, headset. Thank you. Problem solvers. You guys know what's up. We got it figured out. Hang on. There we go. There's clearly some truck drivers in here. 10 count. Yes, it was a headset. Hopefully that's better. Is that better? Give me a testing 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you better.
A lot better, okay. Thank you, 10 count. Clearly there's some truck drivers in here. You guys knew. Scotty, I just texted you. Okay, so let me start all over. Eric with driverlineup.com, world's okayest steering wheel holder, and Captain Dave. Simple Plan Trucking. Don't start a live YouTube video with your headset in the bunk, still connected. I was talking to Jenna upstairs in the bed, and that's the last thing I remember. I passed out, man. 10 count. Yes, I sleep on a top bunk, and that was my choice. When Jen and I ran the truck together, I slept on the top bunk. So it's kind of like my little man cave. I got all my stuff up there. I got it all plugged in the way that I like it. It's kind of a mess right now. I need to reorganize it all, but I like sleeping up there. I do. I don't know. Dave didn't ask to sleep downstairs.
Neither did I complain about it.
Yeah, he doesn't complain either. So Scotty, when you get on my truck, you'll sleep downstairs too. Yeah, I sleep upstairs. I like it. Plus, I vape, and I like having that little window up there that I can open, so I have my own vent up there. So yes, I sleep upstairs. We got a load of pineapples. This trailer is going to smell amazing by the time we drop this load off up by Kansas City, because it was already starting to smell like pineapple a little bit. But we got 30 or 40,000 pounds of pineapples, fresh pineapples, just right off of a ship, headed to Walmart. Scotty says, good for you, probably. I'm a big boy. Well, I'll sleep downstairs when you're driving. So you will get to say that you had another man in your bed for a month or two.
Oh.
Anyway, we're finishing out Dave's clock, and I'm about to drive. I'm probably gonna hate myself for it, but I'm gonna go drive through Houston during rush hour, because I want to try to get up to that casino on the Texas Oklahoma border tonight and hang out there for the night. So we got a little bit of time on this load, but it adds 800 miles to Dave's TNT, which I guess let's give an update. So for those who don't know, Captain Dave here, he has a YouTube channel. It's Simple Plan Trucking. He is in TNT on my truck, and after this load, he'll be counting down the last 13,000 miles. This load's a little bit slower than we like, but we've been in a pretty damn good groove. We've been really munching the miles pretty much from the time we got unstuck in Nebraska. Today he said we are definitely not taking a load up to Washington ever again during TNT. So, you know, it's tempting at this time of the year because of the miles, but it's just such high risk. But anyway, I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk TNT because we had a interesting conversation earlier, and you guys have heard me talk about this a lot in earlier videos of mine about one of my biggest frustrations with TNT is that if you're a heavy planner and you like to be in control of your current destiny, TNT's it's a mindfuck. It is really plays some mental. It's a test because you don't really have a lot of that during TNT. So anyway, you guys, I'll let him talk about it for a minute. You guys can think of questions if you have them. We'll answer them, and then we'll talk about whatever else you want to talk about. So.
Hey guys, good to talk with you all again. Yeah, I just finished a video for my channel, so if you want the in-depth analysis, you can tune in to Simple Plan Trucking and get it. But it was funny today. We have these coffee and discussion sessions every once in a while. Sometimes it's a morning, or sometimes it's a change of shift, and we kind of get reflective and we say, okay, what's going well? What do we need to work on? What stands out in your mind as being opportunities? And then Eric asked me a question today that he hadn't asked me before, and maybe it's the appropriate time to ask it because we're at the midway point. Caught me a little bit off guard, and he said, so what are your frustrations? And you know, a million things start going through your head at that time. You know, are you honest? Do you say what you're frustrated about? Do you risk you know, ticking your trainer off? And you know, the truth of the matter is I don't have very many frustrations at this point. It's gone exceedingly well for us, and I think it's because we got off to a good start and we had some basic ground rules, and we agreed that if there was anything at all, we were going to address it and talk about it in a professional adult manner and resolve it, and with the idea that we're here to accomplish a goal, and we're doing just that. But he said, well, come on, there has to be something. So I thought for a minute, and I said, well, it bothers me that I am not able to make any decisions. You know, I come from a background, and my whole life I've been in leadership roles. I've always been in the position where I tell other people what to do. It's been a long time since I was a private in the Army, and I said, sir, yes, sir, to whatever, and you know, went out and drew fire. These days I tell other people to go out and draw fire. But now that I'm no longer in the Army and I'm no longer at VA, I am learning a new career. So I am in a trainee role, and instinctively I know that, I recognize that, but it's really hard that every single day my destiny, what I'm going to do, is planned out entirely by my trainer. That's not to say that he is inconsiderate or rude. No, in fact, he consults with me quite a bit and asks me what I think. But you know, he tells me what the trip plan is. He tells me where we're going to stop for the night. He tells me when he's going to start driving, when I'm going to start driving, when we're going to fuel, where we're going to fuel, where we're going to eat. And you know, at 57 years old, considering when you need to stop to pee is a lot different than at 42 years old, right? There's a big gap there. Believe me, there's a big change in men's body from 42 to 57. When I gotta pee, I gotta pee. And I hate saying, hey, can we pull over? I gotta pee. That might sound silly, but to me, it's kind of childish to have to say that. So it's just something you deal with, and something that you have to know is going to be a reality when you're on a truck. And I say it all the time. You can do anything for a month or two, knowing that there's a prize at the other end. So it's just all about communication. It's all about reading each other and knowing when hey, I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to go spend some time in this truck stop because I'm going to give you some time to sit here and talk to your wife on the phone or whatever. It's consideration for others, because the truth is we live in a 10 by 10 box, two big hairy old men for 2 months, and neither of us would choose to do that if it weren't for the goals that we're trying to accomplish. So we're great with it. I couldn't be happier where I am. I'm on the downside for my miles now. I talked at length about what I think my challenges still are and what I need to focus on my videos. So that's it. But it was interesting because Eric said, wow, he goes, I've said it in my videos before, that was one of my biggest frustrations when I went through TNT as well. So I recognize it, I accept it, and there is an end in sight for it.
Yeah, 60 years, I hear you on the 1099. Yeah, gotta go for 1099. Eric, have you considered letting Captain Dave plan out the next load? Not really. I don't know. It's a good question. It's a probably not.
You know what, and that's okay, because we talk about every load. In fact, this morning he said to me, how do you think we should go about getting up here to Missouri? And me, being like the young puppy dog, the young old puppy dog, said, yeah, let's go. I'll get in the truck and I'll drive, and I'll get us up there as far as we can, and then you can take over tonight. And he was just like, eh. Why would we not want to do that? And so this is where experience comes in. He has done this enough to know that the absolute worst thing we want to do is take off at the wrong time and sit through rush hour traffic in Dallas, and where else?
Houston and
Dallas. And he said, why would you do that? On a Friday night. Yeah. On a Friday night, you sit in traffic for a couple hours and burn your clock. So it made perfect sense after he said that. So he'll be doing the trip planning, and I'm okay with that. But he does test me and ask me what I would do, and every time he does that, I learn from him.
And that's what started the whole conversation. Is today we walked out of here with some food, and I said, let's talk about why, because he's now at the point where he's got the driving down. I'm 3 years, I still don't, it's always a learning. I don't want to say he's got it down, but yeah, much more comfortable with running the truck a 600-mile shift while I'm asleep. I'll put it that way. So now, 13,000 miles could be 2.5 weeks. So now it's really kind of the pen's getting to the paper on really having to think these thought processes through. It's easy for me to, like, I used to, when I trip planned, I used to actually get the atlas out. Yes, I got my atlas out. The atlas that's in my seat still has notes on it from when I first bought that, which, don't give me shit, I know I should upgrade and buy a new atlas. I know mine's a couple years old. I already know that.
But you don't use it much these days.
Yeah, I don't really use it I don't have any reason to use it anymore. But one of the things that I wanted to do from the very beginning is not just learn what the GPS is going to tell me, but learn to look for the signs and understand what interstates that I'm on. And back 3 years ago, which interstates is it going to be these 3 interstates that get me from point A to point B? Well, I don't have to do that now. In fact, I don't even have to look to see where I'm going to buy fuel, because I know where the fuel taxes are high and low and where the best prices for the fuel is along that route, and the distances between those. Like yesterday, I guessed before he even started his drive that Texarkana was going to be the exact distance for his shift, and it was. And that was from, where was that from? That was from
somewhere in Kentucky. Bowling Green, wasn't it? Outside.
Yeah,
Bowling
Loves. And you get to a point where you just kind of know those things. So I think my strategy moving forward is going to be really trying to help him understand those things. But my trainer, I never planned a single trip in TNT. And afterwards, I was actually kind of grateful for that, because planning a trip with a team truck is nothing like planning a trip as a solo driver. As a solo driver, it's a whole different animal. And in my first week, I didn't start backing into docks by myself until my last week in TNT.
Wow.
And I didn't I didn't really plan my own trips until I had my own truck. So really, all of my experience with backing into hard docks and trip planning was in my first week upgraded. And it was the best way because you don't have a choice. And after spending 30,000 miles on the road in the truck, you actually do know how to do a lot more than you think you know how to do. And that really comes to fruition when you have no choice but to apply it, or else what are you going to do? So I think it's helping understand the processes over these last 2.5 weeks that we have on the road. He definitely needs to get more backing and dock time, so that'll start to come together here over the next couple weeks.
And hooking up the trailer too, that's something that I haven't had much experience with. When we need to raise it, when we need to empty the airbags, that kind of stuff. That's not all kind of Greek to me still, so I need to do some of that.
Yeah, and we haven't really done a whole lot of dropping hooks. I mean, we've had this trailer since Idaho, so it's just, we'll figure it all out. It's an interesting ride. Senior driver at Tyson Foods in Russellville. He didn't speak. Yeah, he was not happy, Steven. He was not happy because he had to get reworked. And he was late getting to his 90. Timothy, yeah, it has been a while. Came in straight to pee. How wonderful. Heathens was here. Man, where did I see Heathens was here? I saw it somewhere really funny. I can't remember. Somewhere really funny, whereas Heathens was here. 10 count, Eric, your channel is growing. We are now discussing 57-year-old man pee schedules. Hey, we have a diverse range of topics here.
It's important to talk about, man.
Steven, hell, I still use my Atlas after 30 years OTR. I don't trust GPS at all, but I have been to a lot of these places before. Yeah.
Scott Williams is in Buffalo.
Buffalo, man.
We left there.
Yeah, we were in Buffalo a couple days ago. It was hell.
Oh God! My absolute worst experience was fueling about 3 or 4 days ago. I thought my hands were gonna fall off, man. This Florida boy, I had gloves on and still my fingers were like numb. That was not fun at all. I'm gonna stay away from the cold weather as much as possible.
Yeah, it warmed up the day we left, but the night we got there, it was like 50-mile-per-hour winds.
The wind is what did it, yeah.
Not extremely cold temperatures, maybe 20, 25, but the wind just made it unbearable.
Yeah, he's left his trademark. Me too, brother. Me too.
I just trifected 2 days ago at Pittston and now waiting to be assigned TNT trainer. Mo's trucking journey. Well, that's awesome, Mo's.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats, man. That's a great feeling. Scott, I drive every day in Buffalo. He then says, congrats, Mo. Yeah, that trifecta, or really, it doesn't matter whether you trifecta or not. It's such a great accomplishment.
It's a relief. It's just like another step in the process down, and then you start focusing on TNT. But yeah, that's a big deal. Again, congratulations for that.
Be like that again tomorrow in Buffalo. 40 below with wind chill. Yeah, we were talking about. I didn't realize, first of all, that Buffalo, New York was so small. think the last census I saw was like 250,000, 270,000 or something like that. Less than 300,000 people, and you've got a NFL football team. But we were talking about how I've been to some Bears games in Chicago, like where the top half of your beer freezes. But I would imagine Buffalo can be way worse. I think I recall like people sitting in several inches of ice in those seats. So I don't know, man. Buffalo is like, there's certain cities that are just a completely different world here in America.
It was like going back in time to like the 30s. All the
Yeah.
construction, the neighborhood we went into, it was like the houses were built during World War II, and they haven't changed since then. It was kind of a depressing area.
Yeah, I know Buffalo has some nice areas, but it's one of the cities where you just feel like you're somewhere out. You're definitely somewhere else. Don't tell that to Bill's Mafia about being small. It is small. Finally going to Springbow at 126. Most times you make a plan and run it, see if it works, then it becomes second nature. Exactly. Yeah. At age 65, while going to from Massachusetts, Florida for summer, winter, we have to bio break at 90 minutes. Bio break.
B-break.
Well, you can't run high vowels if you can only run 90 minutes. Tomorrow. Well, I moved from Texas, from Wisconsin, go Cowboys. I don't even really give a shit about football anymore, but I can't.
Yeah, and I was a kid in the 70s in Pittsburgh, so you don't need to ask who I root for when I do, but I'm a lot like Eric. I'm done with the NFL and most professional sports for that reason.
Yeah. I still love my Cubbies, but that's about, and I don't even really pay. I used to know stats of every game of the Cubs, and for reasons I just don't give a shit anymore. But I am, in fact, we're really close to where Jenna and I moved to Prime from right now, Livingston, Texas, just north of Houston. And I still have never been a Cowboys fan, or even who is it down here, Texans? I haven't never really liked any Texas team, although I do miss the Cowboys of like Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Deion Sanders. Even though I wouldn't have been a Cowboys fan, it was still a fun team to watch play football for sure.
Ivan asks, what's the best trucking movies you recommend? I don't know a whole lot of them, but the one that immediately comes to mind that I love watching to this day is Smokey and the Bandit. That was classic.
I actually saw that movie in a theater like 4 or 5 years ago.
In a theater?
Yeah, they were doing like classic replays.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a $3 ticket, and I went and saw, and it was actually really enjoyable.
Jackie Gleason was amazing in that movie.
You live in Conroe, okay, yeah. Haven't bet football for 2 years. Haven't been following it. Yep, same. Favorite player from the Cubs? I'd have to go first base. Tell me who it is. Let's see if you really know. Definitely definitely first base for me. First or third base. They're both up there for me. Let's see if you know. Don't care as well. I just wanted to mess with you. Go Brewers. Oh, I've been to a couple Cubs games I actually like the stadium up there in Milwaukee, baseball stadium. Would you rather jump off a 74-story building or a 75-story building? Well, it depends on the wind currents and the strength. No, not so. Well, if you're talking about, are we talking about all-time Cubs or current Cubs? Got convoy as a work parting gift from work. That's funny. So they know you're gonna go drive a truck. Do they think you're crazy, Scotty?
What's Scotty been doing before he got
Rizzo's one of them, heathens, for sure. And Rizzo's played with the Cubs for a long time now. I remember when he was a rookie. But yeah, Rizzo's just a great all-around baseball player, great attitude. Can smack the hell out of the baseball. But yeah, Rizzo's definitely one of them. So you got first covered. Have they got shots for the Scott? What the hell is that? Have they got shots for the Scott? Rizzo got traded to the Yankees last season. Did he really get traded? See, that tells you how much I don't pay attention. That's a bummer, man. The Cubs lost Rizzo? Man, that's heartbreaking, actually. Would you be very embarrassed if your trailer fell off on a very busy street? I would be embarrassed if my trailer fell off anywhere.
You saw it happen, right? Right on the training pad.
Yeah, I've seen prime trailers dropped 3 or 4 times. I've seen trailers dropped probably 6 or 7 times. But when Dave was in, well, you were testing. The week he was testing, I watched a trainer drop a trailer on the pad in Springfield. And then he was trying to explain it to the training department, and he said, well, I heard it click, and that's the same thing that happened at a high val place where this lady dropped a prime, it wasn't a prime trailer, but a bunch of prime drivers got out and helped fix the problem. And her husband comes out with his hair all sideways and had obviously just crawled out of bed, and she said, I heard it click. Don't ever have to say that. I thought I heard it click. Are you on the side advisory board? I'm on the driver advisory board. On the side advisory board. I think you meant driver. Yes, I'm on DAB. Are you looking for good food while you're sitting in Texas? Always in Texas. Our timing is not impeccable. But we did just have burritos from a place that hardly speaks any English and has barred windows. So they were pretty good.
It was good stuff, yeah. There were some communication issues, but
Yeah.
on the sign it says taqueria. That's where we got. We had burritos. They were great.
Yeah, it was one of those places where we're both staring up at the menu, and the lady kind of in broken English said, the menu don't work. Don't even look at the menu.
Choose.
Yeah. What do you here? So, but it was really good. If they've got barred windows and no English, then it's going to be pretty legit. It's not going to be Taco Bell. But Texas, I always try to find some tacos. Yeah, I figured, I was just giving you shit. I figured you meant driver advisor board. Yeah, I'm on the DAB. Want to go to the Big Texan? I have not been there yet. Can you order pizza while in your truck at a truck stop? Yes. I would feel really shitty if I did that. Scotty, I think Captain asked. I was QA director of Communication Mental Health Agency. Today was last day. Okay. Was that the VA, Scotty? Was it contract for the VA? I thought maybe you mentioned something like that. Great channel, thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Should be back OTR on the 1st of February. Don't know who I'm going with, but I tried to come back to Prime, but have not heard from them for 2 weeks.
Hey, hit that recruiter up, and if you don't get any response, ask for somebody else. I mean, they need people. They need good drivers, so stay on them.
Heathens, I do DoorDash. Yeah, Jen and I've done DoorDash, but like that's, you know, getting some good food. don't know if I do it. I don't know. Different trucks for different folks. You can get pizza you get pizza like everywhere. Almost every truck stop.
Rolly asks if Prime is a good place for experienced 10-year driver, and I think that's not really the. I'm not going to say it's not the right question, but the point is, Prime is a great company, and you'll hear people say all the time that it's a starter company. But I've met so many people. I met a guy the other day at a truck stop. He walked up to me and said, "Hey, Prime." And we got to talking for a few minutes. 30+ years working for Prime, and he's very happy here. The support that they give you is tremendous. I think that you will hear people tell you can make more money somewhere else, and that's true. You can always find someone that will offer you more money, but in my short time with Prime, I would say that it's a great company. So, you know, you have other things besides the bottom line on pay to consider for sure.
Yeah, Chris Bryant. Yes, sir. Chris Bryant is my favorite all-time Cubs in my lifetime. Since, well, not even in my lifetime, but since I've been going to Cubs games, which has been since 2007. Chris Bryant wasn't playing back then, but I remember when he was recruited. He is amazing. That guy is tall, long. He can leap damn near to second base to catch a ball. He can hit, great attitude. Yes, Chris Bryant would be my number one.
Jim Z says he got Jenna on the live loaded call. He was so excited.
Did you? Yeah, about a third of Jenna's calls are people that know her through YouTube. It drove her trainers crazy when she was being trained because everybody knew her when they called. Had a chance to check your channel out. Awesome. If you own your own trailer, do you need to have insurance? Yes. Connected to a trailer 5 times day before yesterday that clicked, but visual inspection shown that the bar was not all the way across. Always visually inspect. Yes, always. Rain, snow, shine, doesn't matter. Crawl under there. It takes you 3 seconds to go look and see if it's all the way across.
That was one of the very first things he did when we took off, and I got into the truck for my first shift, and it was freezing cold outside, and I'd been out doing a pre-trip, and I got back in. He goes, yeah, you did check the kingpin, right? Before I took off in the morning. I said, no, I was still going to do that. So I put my jacket back on and got back out and checked the kingpin.
How long are you in Houston? We're leaving right now. We're leaving as soon as we finish this live. I'm going to take the toll road, or the bypass. We're off of 10 right now. Well, we're down in the port area right now. So we'll cut up to 10. Inbound to the loop won't be too bad. Hopefully the loop's not too bad. And then I'm going to go north up to Dallas. So probably the worst part's going to be getting out of the loop. Giants can resign, Bryant. Love going to Wrigley Field. Yeah, Wrigley's amazing. Thomas, yeah, we talked about Rizzo not being a Cub anymore. Talked to a recruiter about coming to Prime next month. Was told they didn't know how long it would take to put with a trainer. Any idea? Can be a while. No hippie, do you still keep Hershey bars on your truck? There were still 2 Hershey bars in the truck for bribes.
I haven't had one.
Up until maybe a week or 2 ago, I threw them away. But it doesn't work the same for Dave or I. Now, when he gets his wife on the truck, it might work. She can probably bribe her way into a lot of situations that us dudes can't.
I don't think I'm going to get anybody to let us get into a door sooner offering them a Hershey bar. Tell me to get the hell out.
Yeah, it doesn't really. See, with Jenna or Brooke, some of the ladies go in there and just flutter their eyelids with a candy bar in their hand, and they get damn near anything they want. With me, I'm just a weirdo with a candy bar.
Hey Travis, how you doing, man?
Sup, buddy? Sub Kinley says heathens. Timothy, will the lock go around the kingpin if the truck was a little high and cause a bad connection? No, not always. How's your wife, baby, doing? Seen a picture online. Congrats. She's doing amazing. Baby's healthy. What was it? The
Placentia previa.
It moved to the proper position.
Oh, you hadn't told me that. That's great news.
Yeah, when she went and got that second ultrasound, they told her everything had moved into where it should be. So she's on schedule for the first week of May for a natural birth, and everything's going really well. So she's got 17 weeks to go ish, somewhere in there. First 4 loads done in Colorado. How's your training going, Captain?
Hey, it's going great. You missed the first part of the video. You might want to go back and watch it. And I did a video on my channel, Simple Plan Trucking, today, talking about where I am at length. More than halfway through now. When we finish this load, we'll be over 17,000 miles. So, you know, we're on the downslope now, but things are going great. I'm blessed to have the trainer that I do, and just really happy.
Is he going to come out holding a steering wheel? Well, he's going to come out being the heir to a trucking company. Let Captain know thanks for his service. Yes. That was Chad that said that.
You're welcome, Chad.
I don't know why that got retracted. What's up, wannabe bearded wonder? Evan, F you, man. I've already dropped an F-bomb in here once. Bearded wannabe. Hey, this is taking a lot of work. I got a video coming next week about back the beard. But thank you for the super chat. For those who don't know, Evan is Panda on Discord, and he has the gift of being able to grow a beard better than anyone. He could shave his beard and have it back in like a week and a half. Congratulations on the baby. Thank you, Derby Baby. Call him Baby Driver. Have you guys ever seen that movie, Baby Driver? As long as your truck isn't white with no windows, then you aren't that weird. It's white with no windows. Texas Big White Dog got one like Captain Dave. So what are we at? 38 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, I just got my clock back, so we're gonna go ahead and charge on down the road. I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way to that casino.
Hey, I want to say thanks to everybody too that's on my channel. I went over 400 subscribers, on my way to 500, and hopefully in a couple months we'll get to that 1,000 mark and be able to do some lives on Simple Plan Trucking. So certainly thankful to Eric for helping me get a start with it, but trying to make some good content and put it out every day, nearly every day.
Chapito's World. Captain Dave will be a great watch on YouTube on his journey. Yep. Heathens waiting on a door. Heathens was here. I gotta remember where I saw that. Hey Heathens, do you ever respond to a message from dispatch and just say Heathens was here? It would be funny. What is your channel? He just said Simple Plan Trucking. Maybe he'll go comment afterwards and put the link in the comments down below. So once this uploads, check the comments. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Sorry I haven't done a video in a couple days. I just haven't really felt like making videos. Honestly, every once in a while I got to take a little break from it.
We've been driving, man. We've been driving hard.
You two have a good ride. Be safe. Thank you. You too. All right, that's it for today. Have a great weekend for those of you at home or having some time off. If you're driving, have a safe weekend. As I always say, be safe. Make good decisions, you guys. Drive to thrive. We'll talk with you soon.
Take care.